Hey guys, what's up? Martijn446, not with a tour review for you, but this video is gonna be a answer response for the Reviewspot 2011 Census, getting to know you the collector. So, if you follow me on YouTube, you already know that I did also this thing the previous year. So I want to do this year, and next year I will do this also as well. But this is gonna be a special video for the Reviewspot. If Mr. Spot, if you remember me from the previous year, you saw actually my backdrop for my reviews, but this time you see my whole collection. You know, for a little kind of a background how my collection is, and so I must answer 9 questions this time, and I want to answer, of course, all of them. So let's go to question 1. Question 1 is, how long have you been collecting? Right now, I almost collect now figures 4 years. 4 entire years. When I was 10, I was starting collecting. I was in that time a huge fan of Chucky. And one day at my class, one old classmate tell to me, "Hey, Martijn, hey, Chucky's your idol, right?" Yes. And he said to me, "I know a store that sells Chucky figures." Chucky, and I was fucking like, "What? I will be there!" So I was going to with my mother and my little brothers, and I bought my first collectible thing. And you also saw in the previous year, it was the Bride of Chucky 14-inch Chucky. That was again my really first thing that I got. Question 2 is, what is the main thing that you collect? If you see kind of my entire collection, the only thing that I really collect is horror and science fiction figures. Being the fact that I'm a huge movie, horror and science fiction fan, I collect a lot of horror figures and science fiction figures, especially science fiction. Actually, the top 2 right there, it's all Alien vs Predator kind of thing. People know that I'm a huge fan of the Alien and Predator movies. Probably my favorite movie lines of all time, especially the Predators. Always a big fan of. Always a big fan of Predators. Also, I'm a real sucker for horror films. From there to there and to there, there's the horror things, and also you got there the Terminator figures there as well. So I'm a huge horror and science fiction collector, being the fact that I'm a huge horror and science fiction fan. Question 3 is, what is the origin of your YouTube name? My name on YouTube is Martijn446. Because my name is Martijn446, it is a little based on my name. My real name is Martijn. It sounds really strange, I know. The reason behind that, it's the fact that I'm living in the Netherlands. Netherlands, probably one of the smallest countries in the whole Europe. But I have to say, it is an awesome country, the Netherlands. An awesome. Question 4 is, what one toy collectible turned out to be better than you thought it would be you bought it? Actually, one thing that I was really surprised of, and it was a collectible, it's gotta be this guy right here. The Prayer to mini statues from a Japanese line. When I saw it the first time in the package, I thought he looked okay. He looked pretty nice for display and pretty nice for my movies. But when I took it out of the package, I thought like, wow, this statue is nice. Small, but very awesome. Detail-wise, he looks awesome. Very nicely painted. I mean, they did a great job on him. They did a great job. You get the netting, because, of course, for helping his stealth. Awesome detail. And by the way, I love his mask. I think the mask is from the Gore Predator or the Guardian Predator. I don't know. Awesome how he stands with his wrist blades and his very long battle spear. Also on the ground there are some little details in there as well. You got the smoke. Very awesome thing. Such an awesome thing. Still today, he is really awesome. Awesome. Question 5 is, what toy collectible do you regret buying and didn't find live up in your expectations, and why? Well, I can at least say right at the back, there is one figure that I not really like, and that is the McFarlane Movie Maniacs Series 4 T800. This guy got some big issues, my friend. First, take off his weapons. But this guy has some issues. Not really a lot, but he's got so much big issues. The articulation isn't there, but what the figure... I actually have to say, first, the detail on the jacket and sort of things is really nice. But why, oh why, to put this very weird... Got a little second, just focus, kinda, yes, here we go. Why, oh why, to put this weird, unrealistic endoskeleton's face to him. McFarlane does an incredible job and a fantastic job with their Alien and Predator figures, but they really dropped the ball with the T800. Actually, they did a great job with the T1000 actually, but they really dropped the ball with the T800. They didn't get the rights and the expressions from Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think, so they put this weird endoskeleton face to it. They didn't get the mouth and the nose rights, and so on, and it looks still today very off. I don't even like the paint of it. The paint looks a little bit, a little bit sunburned, a little bit washed out. Maybe it's the fact it's an older figure, I know, but still today I'm not a big fan of this figure. The face really suffers. Really. And also the articulation, of course, being a McFarlane older figure, isn't there. Question 6 is, what is one thing you think to be deserved to be made in a toy or collectible? I could only hope that NECA gets the license to make military Predator figures. At least give us a Dutch. At least give us a Dutch. You already got the face sculpted Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, being the Terminator toys. But at least give us a Dutch. Then we can make a very cool display with the classic Predator with him. Or you can actually make a forest where you see Dutch walking with this military team, and the Predator is somewhere in the trees. That would be awesome. That would be really awesome. Also, I really want to see a Part 5 Roy Jason. I've heard rumblings they're gonna make a Part 5 Roy Jason, but I don't know. We'll see about that. Question 7 is, what is the most you ever spent on a toy collectible, and what is it? Well, definitely a thing I've put very much money in it was actually this guy right there. Hot Toys Berserker Predator. And if you're a big toy collector, you know that Hot Toys figures are very expensive. I bought on that figure $200. $200. I'm sorry, euros, being the fact I live in the Netherlands. It's actually a pretty good deal for the Berserker Predator. I mean, really, Berserker Predator gets really much bought by many fans of Predator. And he's very fast sold out, so I actually buy him for a pretty good price. If you look at the more older Predator from Hot Toys, oh man, those Predators are rare. And for action figure wise, the Scar Predator is the most expensive figure I've ever bought right now. 150 bucks. 150 bucks. Crazy, right? I'm crazy, man. I bought 450 bucks for that guy right there because I wanted him so bad, and I always loved the figure from McFarlane. And still today, it's probably one of my favorite figures in my collection. Such an awesome figure. Question 8 is, have you ever had a moment during your collection when you thought about stopping collecting figures? And if so, what do you get interested to collecting again? Well, I actually never stopped with collecting because I'm a person that doesn't really buy everyday action figures. I only buy from my parents actually action figures per month, some figures per month. This month I didn't really get a lot of toys because I bought the previous month the Scar Predator for a very big price. But I will get some very new toys in the next month or so. So that's the reason I don't really don't start with collecting, because I don't really get fast action figures. And the last question is, what do you consider to be your holy grail? The one thing you have forgotten and had to like it. Well, figures I really wanted to get is, of course, the new Terminator figures that are coming out. I saw pictures and I thought they looked fantastic. Awesome sculpt, awesome accessories, and we do get a very cool Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator 1 figure. Also, we're getting a Biker Cop T-1000s, which I'm also really looking for. But I'm really stoked for Predator Series 3, and so on and so on. And definitely NECA is my favorite toy company of all time. So that were my answers. One thing, I will have a surprise for you, Mr. Spot. If you're watching this, being the fact I'm a fantastic huge fan of your videos, I want to show for you my entire collection just for you. So let's take a look. Well, he got my entire collection. It isn't really huge, but I have some really much figures. First of all, we got Hot Toys Berserker Predator, which is my very expensive thing in my collection as well. Show his face right there. Got the Alien Queen from McFarlane. You got the Chucky, my first thing ever. You got also, just like you, I'm also, God of War is my favorite game of all time. Also Kratos, really awesome. Awesome game, God of War. Best game ever made. Awesome game. Really like God of War 3. Best game I've ever played. For sure. A Doberman. It is just a dog, but being the fact I'm a huge Doberman fan, I really like those dogs. Also Ezio from Assassin's Creed. Classic Alien. Pred Alien. And Alien Warrior from Aliens. Tracker Predator. Berserker Predator, which is my favorite Predator of all time. Falcon the Predator, and Battle Damage Classic Predator. Series 1, Unmasked Classic Predator, Unmasked Berserker Predator, Box Set Alien vs Predator, Stealth Berserker Predator, Predator 2 Bobbleheads, Predator 2 Moved Maniacs figures, Wolf Predator, Hellboy, Half Stealth Wolf Predator, Corporal Hicks, Alien Warrior from AVP 2, very expensive, awesome looking Scar Predator, AVP playset, Scar Predator and Alien Queen, Stealth Wolf Predator, Alien Warrior, Alien Resurrection, Unmasked Wolf Predator, Dog Alien, Part 6 Jason, Part 3 Jason, Part 1 Freddy, Part 3 Jason, Part 4 Jason. Jason is my favorite killer of all time. Jason is awesome. Jason Goes to Hell Jason, Remake Freddy, H2 Michael Myers, Wes Craven's New Nightmare Freddy, Fred vs. Jason, Original Michael Myers, the 2 Mesco Remake Jasons and the NECA Remake Jason, which is an awesome figure, Part 2 Jason, Chucky, and Part 7 Jason, Leatherface from the beginning, Texas Chainsaw Massacre the beginning, Scream 4, Zombie Ghostface, T-1000, G-800, Pescadero Escape, G-800 Endoskeleton, the TX, Battle Across Time, Cyberdance Showdown, Man or Machine, Steel Mill, and the Final Battle. You got some of my DVDs, Friday the 13th Part 3 to Part 6. Part 3 is my favorite of the entire series, I have to say. Friday the 13th, the remake, Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, My Bloody Valentine, the remake, Child's Play 2, Bride of Chucky, Predator, AVP 2, The Terminator, Terminator 3, Terminator Salvation, RoboCop, Halloween, The Shining, Dog Soldiers, which is an awesome movie, and Trick or Treat, and also behind there is Jurassic Park. So that was my entire collection. I made it special for you, Mr. Spot. If you're watching this, I hope really that you enjoyed it. that was my extra segment for this year. I really do this also the next year. I hope you enjoyed it, Mr. Spots. See you guys next time, guys.